Clearing it out, almost getting it out was Tidio, but he was poked away at the blue line. Then cleared out. Walking in is Mazaral. He has Bulk with him. Trying to pass it over, and the one-timer. Battling in the flyer zone before it's kicked out. 2-on-1. Walking in McFadden with Dalla. McFadden shooting. Saved by outside the zone, but coming right back are the Flyers. Millier almost turning it over. Richal couldn't get a hold of it. Nolan cross-ice pass for Duplessis. A shot. It banked off the boards. That one going to Seti. Seti initiating the zone. He tried to pass it to Duplessis before center. Nolan leaving that off. Duplessis walking in, shooting again into the glove. McFadden trying to get that to Dalla on his backhand. It's poked loose. Whoa, blue line waiting, shooting, he scored! It's flipped out off a backhand. Could be a potential 2-on-1. Led by McFadden. Has Robinson shooting. Bad save by Blarney. Towards Taylor. There's a backhander. Out in front was G Fool almost with the loose puck. Where is it? It's finally covered in his own zone. He sees Leblanc pass up. There's a shot and a great save from face off won by the Hawks. Scott stepping up, firing, it's deflected, pad save. Nicolas Richal went down to grab it. It's banked off for Dudal, trying to make his way right through Scott. Dudal behind the net, makes his way, bringing it in, trying to get past Frenet. Anna stepping in, shooting, saved, and not covered. It's in the net, but the whistle for this game have been knocking on the doorstep multiple times. Alain shooting, deflected, saved by Boudreau. The net trying to bring it out. It's kept in by McFadden. Cleared along to the other side, trying to make his way in. There's Robinson, and he laid on. Friolet stepping in, faking the shot, goes back up. Millier winds up and shoots into the chest of. Trying to get a hold of it was Alain, taken away by Tidio. Left off pass, Tidio on his backhand, score! Gets hit, but does end up making the pass. Taking it in, Nolan firing, looking for the top shelf, just went a bit over. There's another chance, they score. In along the boards, going around the net. He's going to battle with Albert Leblanc. Taking it was Wallet before he was bumped off the puck. There's Kitchen with a shot, deflected, bouncing puck. In the draw, Scott. That's a cross-ice pass, an outlet pass. Here in the middle, it's Leblanc cutting wide, shooting, patted away. Just getting over the head of the official. Hawks, great job to keep it in. Flyers pass it right back out. Nolan steps up with speed along the left. Going against Wallet. Nolan cutting in the middle, score! Jackson Steves trying to step it out of his own zone. Sends it cross ice. Hits Jaya. Jaya in with Nolan, shooting into the glove of Boudreau. And was bodied off that. Walking in, Dallal stealing the puck, shot, rebound, they tries to skate it, loses the puck, Decons again with it. Delayed offside, Rodier hit by Decons, bring it up with 3 men. Working his way up is Leblanc. Leblanc coming to the middle, the shot is just blocked. Looking up towards the blue line for Roy. Roy firing into the chest, away by McGrath. Flyers clear the zone. Here's a 2-on-1. Nolan and Jackson Steves. Nolan stepping in. Backhander to Jackson Steves. What a save from Boudreau. He hits Mazoral. Decons. And almost on the puck. Mazoral past Tidio. Decons in shooting. Saved by McGrath and the rebound. Saved by McGrath and the rebound is steered away. Decons up towards the blue line. Saucer pass. Seeing Millier shot, score! Ruddy being pinned up against the boards. Tidio was blocking it. Working his way. There's Poland. There's a big hit. Pass a roll. Pass to the middle. There's a fake shot. Decon's going to get the shot off. It's loose out in the blue paint. Duplessis for Roy. Roy, Duplessis. Top of the blue line. Nolan with a shot off the ball. Out of the zone. Pressured by Morin. Ruddy down. Gets it back on his backhand. Saved. And the rebound, they score! Dufour tried to get it out. Here's Morin at center. Stepping in, almost hit by Dufour. And Morin stepping in, almost hit by Dufour. And Morin is sat down. And there's another big hit and a whack. Give it. Front Dudal up to the blue line. Declan Steves shooting, blocked. Here's Ruddy with a sharp angle shot, blocked and saved. Other a shove, puck still loose around the net line of the Moncton Hong zone. Decons pass over for Bulk. Bulk stepping in, shooting, saved by McGrath. the opposite side. Trying to bring it in, Poland. Leaving that off for Dufour. Dufour, whoa, one-timer! Blocker save. Stepping up, Leblanc. Cutting along the left. Shot pad, saving the rebound, almost put in. Almost hit into the boards by Richard. Going behind the net is Nicolas Richard, where he's behind that red line. Behind the net is Millier. He's hit up against the board. McFadden leaving it off. Robinson stepping in, laying the body side of the puck. There's a backhand shot. McFadden leaving it off. Robinson stepping in, laying the body side of the puck. There's a backhand shot into the glove, and he is hit hard at. Not only a hand pass at all. Wyatt Kitchen is off for interference, so it's a Hawks power play. There's a shot deflected. Saved by McGrath. Center enters the zone along the left. DeCons back pass, hitting the trailer. Mata, one-timer, they score. Mazeral in the middle, leaving it off for DeCons. DeCons stepping in. There's a shot to the middle, rebound, Tidio, and another pad. Put that back door out in front. It's taken away, the pass off the mark. Stepping up, DeCons, what a move around Jayet. DeCons, back door, trying to get that over to Mazeral. On Leblanc. Robinson in the corner, hit by Millier. Puck was loose for a second before it's taken away by Leblanc and Robinson. DeCons, face away, spins around Robinson, shooting, saved by McGrath. Up at his own ring out line. The Hawks win the draw. For now, they keep possession. Wallet down low, backdoor pass, they score! A bouncing puck taken by Captain Wallet. That pass tipped away by Ruddy. Ruddy empty that, shooting, score! My stream deck doesn't work. And here we go, action just starting between the Flyers and the visiting Mid-Isle Matrix. Between the pipes for each team, it's Xavier powers the net for the Flyers, and Nate Harris does a shot off the post, shots behind him before it's cleared out by Pigeon. Robinson out in the corner, putting it up towards the wall at the blue line, skating in the middle, firing, loose puck, deflected, it's under Harris. Pigeon gonna try to come cleared away, he's met behind the net. Also in helping is Surratt. Puck still loose behind the net, surveying the area is McGilvery. Taken out by Pigeon. Daniel Pigeon make pass just off the mark for Rossiter, kept in by Paulin. Paulin makes a nice move by Rossiter in the corner. Paulin behind the net, losing the puck. Paulin getting it back, up to Leger out the blue line. Across for Steve, shooting, blocked out in front. Trying to put that on net is Dufour. Thought it was covered by Harris. It's Radier going behind the net. Hits the brakes. He's being chased by McGilvery. Radier, sharp angle shot, just missing the net. Will be cleared out and just go for icing against the Matrix. Only other game live in action around the league. It's the Northwest Voyageurs. They are in St. John taking on the Southern Rangers, where the Rangers have a 1-0 lead. That goal to Bellier. Down deep in the corner. Dufour being pinned up against the boards by Delaney. There's a sharp angle shot that's saved by Harris. That was Liga Dufour initiating traffic out in front. Face-off will go to the left of Rossiter. That one by the Flyers. It's just poked out, however. Cutting back is Jaillet. Attending row of 8, Andrew Christian. He dumps it into the zone. First one there along the left is Jackson Steves. He's hit hard into the boards. Out in front of the sharp angle shot from Nolan. That had went off the shoulder of Harris. Pass out in front. The backhander, they score. It's Miguel Duplessis. And the Flyers go up 1-0. Going pointless in last night's game against the Hawks. He lifts a backhander to the roof. And that gives the Flyers a quick 1-0 lead. And for Duplessis, that's his 28th of the year in 23 games. Stepping up, Duplessis again on his backhand, just lifting it over the net. Almost caught by Jai at the blue line. Backhanded in by Nolan. Matrix tried to get it out, having a whack, and it was Delaney. There's Jackson Steves with a shot. It's deflected by Nolan. Just wide out in the corner, still Nolan. Being pinned up against the boards by McDonald. And they're also helping him is Pigeon. It goes to the blue line. Jaya shooting, deflecting just wide. Nolan puts it back up to the point. Pigeon with a shot off the stick of Harris and wide of the net. Duplessis skates up towards the ring at line. Tried to pass that down to Steves. Turned over. Trying to flip that out was McAdam. And didn't get much of it. The Flyers come back with speed. Here's Nolan trying to put that out in front. And there's a collision out in front with the goaltender. It's Duplessis colliding into Nate Harris. Doesn't really any penalty calls coming out of it. McFadden into the draw. He's going up against Jollimore. Scratch that. McFadden out of the draw, and to take his place is Dadal. Dadal winning the draw. McFadden trying to go down low, pinned up against the boards by McGilvery. City applying some pressure on Surratt. There's a pass deflected off the tape of Goodwin. Taken by Roy. He tried to make his pass over to City. Missed the mark. Stepping back. Goodwin into the zone. Cutting along the right. Backhander. And that one ended up wide of the net. Roy pinned up with Goodwin. In to help him is McFadden. Now into his skates near the boards. McFadden. Saucer pass to Alain behind the net. Banked along the boards for City as they try to break out. Barely kept in by McGilvery. It's shot down in the corner. Alain. Back behind the net for Roy. Roy pass to the middle. McFadden skating up the left, cutting more towards the middle. Passing to the left for Dadal. Up against the boards. He's almost crunched by Dowling. Then shot out in front. City looking for that rebound. It was poked away. There's Declan Steves with a shot blocked out in front. Finding it in his own zone is Rossiter. Waiting along his left hash mark before flipping it out. Almost deflected down by Jollymore. That one carried in by Legel. Saucer pass off the boards. Dadal looking out in front for Paulin. There's Legel shooting. And a great pad save from Harris. Legel behind his net. Circles around. Then passes over to Paulin. Pinned up against the boards by Dowling. And helping him was Jollymore. There's Ruddy. He's giving a bump along the boards. Puck's pinned up right behind the net to the left of Harris. Still no whistle. It's kicked out and freed. Taking control of it is Luke McGilvery. Trying to put that up the boards. It's over the stick of Legel and will go all the way down the ice. Out to play it is Powers. Hammering it along the boards off the shins of Legel. He sends that one up for Paulin. Leaving that one off for Radier. Going up the left side with speed. Poked off the puck. Paulin with the trailing. Almost had gotten a stick on it, making a nice move. He's now with it around the corner. Pass up to the blue line. Almost kept in by Kitchen. It's just out. He'll be forced to go and dump it in. Behind the net, stopping it is Harris. McGilvery. Picking it up. Around the net. In the corner. Poked away. Flyers can take control of possession. It was Jackson Steves who was knocked off the puck. Trying to make his way out was McDonald. There's Nolan flipping it high and into the protective netting. And it's a 1-0 game in favor of the Flyers. 14:05 surpassed and left to go. So that goal from the Flyers, it's Duplessis from Jackson Steves and Nolan at 17:40. Sam Nolan, he is on a pace right now of 3 points per game, adding another one right there. Out in front, Nolan scores. A one-timer for Sam Nolan, and he goes to the top shelf. Making that a 2-0 Flyers game. That's Sam Nolan's second point of the game. From a great feed. I believe that's Jackson Steves finding the tape of Nolan for a 1-T. Jackson Steves off the winning of the draw. Carried in. He's almost bumped hard by McGilvery. Stepping in. Jackson Steves back door. Tried to put that over for Duplessis. Nolan with the loose puck in the corner. Trying to make his way out in front. Duplessis with a shot. It's deflected over the net. Throwing it up was Goodwin. Goodwin finding it back at center. Trying to make a toe drag by Duplessis. Duplessis carries it back the other way. Walking in. And a good defensive play. McGilvery to hinder what could have been a very dangerous shot from Duplessis. Jaya pinching down low. Try to put it out in front. Two Matrix players collide. Duplessis to the blue line. Stepping in. There's a shot from Nolan. Just missing the net. Rebound taken around. It's Rossiter who chucks it out to the middle. Out of the reach of Kitchen and Goodwin. And it's Jaya that fires it back into the zone. Shot all the way in and out of the glove of Jaya, so no icing. Powers again out of his cage. Rossiter almost finding it in the corner before it's sent along the boards by Jaya. Kept in by a high backhand flip by Delaney. Trying to get that was Marshall for a quick shot. It was poked away too soon. Jaya sending that around the boards, picking it up. Robinson at the hash marks, turning around and seeing McFadden. Although he's poked off by Dowling very quickly. It goes all the way down to Harris for a stoppage of play at 12:40. Now 2 Flyers with multiple points already. Not even midway through this first period. That last goal, it's Nolan from Duplessis at 13:58. So it's Duplessis putting a perfect feed through the tape of Nolan. We've seen them link up numerous times this season and continue to do so. Here's McFadden making some moves, shooting into the glove of Harris. Bowden McFadden showing off his stick handling right in the high slump before firing it into the glove of Harris. Good reaction time from the goaltender. Stepping down, McFadden tripped up, and that is going to be our first penalty of the game. City trying to make his way to the middle, and accidentally slashed the stick out of the hand of Daniel Pigeon, and we are going to have a Flyers power play up and coming. So going to the box is Alistair McDonald. He's going to get 2 for a trip. Face off taken by the Flyers. Alain put down for Radier. Radier along the right wall. Saucer pass just caught by Roy and kept in the zone. Top of the left point is Roy sliding in the middle. Winds up. Fakes. Poulin trying to get a shot off and was poked off by Livingston. Trying to clap that along the boards was Pigeon. Went off an official and taken back by the Flyers. Alain trying to step down low, being pressured by Delaney. Leaving that off for Radier. Back up for Roy. Blue line, stepping in, shooting, deflected by Dufour and just wide of the net. Radier in the corner. Hit up against the boards. Here's taking it back. Whoa, in his own zone, skating towards the slot. Pass up for Nolan. Skating up the left with speed. Nolan has Duplessis with him on the other side. Nolan to Duplessis. What a save from Harris. And the rebound was loose. On the doorstep was Jackson Steves and an early whistle. 11:10 to go in this first period. Struggling to get our camera feedback. It's 11-10 left in the first period. It's a 2-0 game in favor of the Flyers. Those goals coming from Miguel Duplessis and Sam Nolan. Face off won by Dieppe. Legel for Duplessis. Back for Legel. Duplessis sliding to the middle looking for options. Sees Nolan. Just with over 30 seconds left to go. Duplessis back for Nolan. He's along the left in that faceoff dot. Gave him room and he's shooting. And a great save. Harris sticking, bailing his team out on this power play. Duplessis a no-look pass. Could have gone terribly. And here's a breakaway. Mason Goodwin all alone. Goodwin shot. Great save. Xavier Powers. The first shot on net of the game for the Matrix. And it's a breakaway turned away by Powers. One-timer. What a save. Nate Harris. It's Miguel Duplessis inside the zone, dropping that off for Legel. Trying to see Nolan backdoor and was turned away by Nate Harris. Kitchen at center, banked off the boards, cleared and taken by Rossiter. He backhands one, almost picked off, but skips off his stick of a flyer and ends up with Surratt. He banks it down all the way down the ice, not going to go for icing. In his own zone, Jayet. That pass off the skate of Rossiter and turned over. Walking in is Marshall. Hitting the brakes, going back to the blue line, a missed pass, and here's Dudal. Dallal in against Surratt. Dallal to his backhand. Curls around. Decides to look for his options. Dallal trying to feed Robinson off a skate. Taken by Roy. Shooting into the glove of Harris. An impeccable glove side this guy has. Face off, taken by Rodier, sent to Alain. Alain trying to curl around Marshall. He backhanded down behind the net for Dufour. He's body checked by McGilvery. And puck's cleared along. Marshall trying to make a pass, taken away by Paulin into the skates of Dufour. Come back quickly the other way is McAdam before he's laid out. I believe that's Xavier Alain laying the body early in this one. Rodier trying to reverse McDonald. Walking back up Dufour along that left side. The Flyers love to go. Dufour pass out in front, deflected off the stick of Marshall. Roy climbing back up towards the blue line. Sees Paulin. Paulin shooting. It's deflected somewhere along the way and saved by Harris. Face off taken again by the Flyers. Leger put down into the corner. That one taken by Duplessis. Walks to the top. High slot. Curling in. Shooting. It's deflected. No one put it on net. The rebound. They score. And the Flyers get another one. It's going to be another point for Nolan. And he's going to get credited with this goal. So Nolan will find his second goal of the game. It's a shot that's put to the net by Duplessis, and a scramble ensues and the puck slides over the red line. And another similar game. Period is almost done in the first between the Northwest Voyageurs and the Southern Rangers. The Rangers are up 4-0 in that game. Duplessis trying to get a shot off. He was poked off. Almost flipped out by Pigeon. Take it away as Nolan does a pass. Rebound. The initial shot, Jackson Steves waiting on the doorstep was Nolan, and he could just not quite get a stick on it. Dejal coming in to pinch. Andrew Christian in for the Matrix. Jackson Steves cutting out for a backhander, trying to lift it above the shoulder of Harris. Here's Duplessis stopping it along the left, just getting out of the face-off dot. Nolan cutting around towards that left board to put up for Leger at the blue line. He goes across, opens up the play. Declan Steves has a shot. It's deflected wide of the net. Pigeon tried to poke it out, but the speeding Sam Nolan keeps it in. Leger shot, stick saved by Harris. Again, Pigeon going to find it in the corner, but gets stick lifted by Nolan. He's then shoved up against the boards by Andrew Christian, and it's dumped all the way out. And this is going to go icing against the Matrix. Already a 3-0 game. Only one shot on net for the Matrix and countless for the Flyers. So that last goal, it's going to be credited to Jackson Steves, assisted by Duplessis and Nolan at 8:48 of the first period. So goals so far from the Flyers are from that top line. Duplessis, followed by Nolan, and followed by Steves. Kitchen clearing it in, going behind the net. McFadden in the corner, skates up, circling the perimeter of the face-off circle. Is then shoved off behind the net. Almost poking it away was Dallal. Skating up with it, Surratt waiting for a pass. Almost hits Rossiter. It's off his skate. Rossiter going to try to find it down below in the zone. Cleared away by Jaya. McAdam put it back in the zone. But right back to the tape of Jaya. He hits Robinson. Could be a potential 2-on-1. Robinson and Dallal. Robinson steps in and shoots. It's blocked by McGilvery. Robinson then hit up against the boards by McGilvery. Struggling to find the puck. It's cleared on the boards. Rossiter trying to poke it by Roy. Roy will steal it from him. There's a shot. It's deflected by, I believe, the stick of Dallal and high up into the protective netting. This time face-off won by the Matrix. They clear it out. This puck not going to go for icing. Just a bit short of that. A perfectly played dump out. Waugh trying to clear that out. Deflected off the tape of Robinson. Back on it will be Pigeon. Circling in his own zone. Hitting the brakes to evade Dalal. Then chipping it off the boards past Robinson. That one cleared out by Delaney. Taken by Waugh. He circles back. Takes his time. Speeding by McDonald. Hitting the brakes on Marshall, trying to pass it over to Robinson. He had just tipped it. No icing. Trying to puts that to the side of the net. Now goes behind the net. Dada makes some nice moves, hovering up before leaving that off for Nolan. Alain across. Robinson shooting and blocked by the blocker of Harris. Alain cross ice. That was taken by McFadden before he had went off for a chain. City clears it in behind the net for Dowling. Meeting him is Dada, who gives him a big bump. City in puck battling, in with Jollymore. Eventually had stolen it out. Walking out of it is Dowling. Will not clear the zone. It's kept in. Nigel walking in, shooting. And blocked away by the stick of Pigeon. Radier escapes with the puck in the puck battle. Putting it behind the net. City going up against Dowling with another net battle behind the net of the Matrix. Cleared back by Dufour, where the battle had just previously went. City knocked down by Dowling. Radier with the puck for the instant. It's cleared all the way down by McDonald. This puck not going to have enough for an icing. Less than 5 minutes to go in the period. Skating around his net is Lijau. Coming out with speed. Still with the puck, making his way through center. Entering the zone. Lijau still with it. Gonna have a shot on net. Backhander. Rebound. Dufour still loose before it's shot away. City hit hard into the boards. I believe that's Gavin McDonald. Skating up with speed. McGilvery. He's hit big out in the corner by Jamie Jaye. Kitchen leaving that one off for Dufour. Cleared along the boards, taken by Goodwin. He hammers it back along the boards. Jaye, last one in his own zone. Trying to skate it with speed. Pass was tipped by Surratt and cleared in. Glove down by Jackson Steves, leaving that off for Nolan. He puts it behind the net. Jackson Steves, first one there. Backhander for Duplessis still on the boards. Pass up for Nolan. Kitchen at the blue line. Shot. It's almost deflected by Jackson Steves and just put wide. Goodwin. Hit hard into the boards by Duplessis. There's a pass that hits the tape of Rossiter, and I just skipped over. Kitchen back along the boards. Surratt leaving that for Goodwin. Cleared along the boards, taken by Robinson. Or there's Jaya skating with speed, shooting, just missing the net. There's Jaya almost laying a hip check. Duplessis at the blue line shot, deflected. Jaya on his backhand, pad saved and turned away by Harris. Roy sitting with speed behind the net, evades Pigeon. Roy still in the corner, almost being poke-checked by McAdam. Taken, Nolan. Skates up towards the blue line, back for Roy. Roy trying to get that back in front, in the skate to McAdam. Stole it right from in between his legs. Blue line, Nolan shooting, in out of the glove, they score. Deflected off the glove of Harrison into the net. That's going to be Nolan's second of the night. It had bounced over his glove and just gets over the red line. So with 3 minutes left, the Flyers make it 4-0 as we get to the end of this first initial period. Roy, pass out, deflected in by Nolan. Going behind the net, Duplessis battling up against Dowling. Taken back by Nolan. Pass up, Alain. Back down for Nolan, and it bounced off his stick and going out to center ice. Skating back for the Schwab. Continuing the backseat before hammering off the boards for Jackson Steves. He makes his way past Dowling, 3-on-1. Steves, Duplessis, and then he scores. And Jackson Steves on a 3-on-1. He had Steves, Duplessis, and Nolan. A bunch of passing options. Decide to shoot it. and pick that top shelf. So it's been the whole first line so far for the Flyers. Robinson winning the draw, left off for Nijal. Over for Declan Steves. Pass from McFadden in the middle. Skating up, he's up against McDonald. There's a shot, saving the rebound, was just loose. Sent back out in front right through the slot before it's taken away by Livingston. Skate out, Andrew Christian. Puts deep into the Flyers corner. Declan Steves hits the brakes, turned away, pass it in front. Andrew Christian with a shot, and it's just off the toe of Powers. Sitting back for it quickly is Dadal and Pigeon. A crash up against the boards before it's taken by Nolan Robinson. Nolan Robinson skating in with some nice moves, almost getting past Livingston. Sent blue line for Steves. Declan Steves trying to keep it in. Could be a break. Here's Rossiter. Skating back quickly is Nijal, shooting and missing the net. And this one covered by Powers with just a minute and a half left to go. For the two previous goals for the Flyers, it was Nolan from Roy and Duplessis, and the latest at 2:25, Jackson Steves unassisted. So multiple players with multi-point periods cleared out. It's hit high off the boards. It's in the feet of McGillivray before it's taken out by Radier. Trying to reverse McGillivray, sent into the zone, hammered off the boards. That one almost gloved down by Rossiter. Cleared back to Jayet. Jayet passed through center to get to City. Hammering it off the boards, getting past McAdam. City in with it, shooting into the glove of Harris. And other games in the league tonight, the Northern Rivermen travel to Fredericton to take on the Caps at 7 p.m. And the Prince County Warners are visiting Moncton at 8 p.m. tonight at the Fourplex. Trying to clear that out was McGillivray. It's a nice one-touch pass. Rossiter just out of his reach, poked away by Kitchen, and the Matrix are in offside. And the Flyers have a bit of a homestand this month. All 5 games they have this month are at home. The next one's February 15th. Here at the Uniplex, they take on the Northwest Voyageurs, who are currently trailing to the Southern Rangers. Hammered along the boards. Hodin chasing Pigeon. Pigeon turnover. City walking in, and he gets tripped up right before he gets a shot off. So at 33.9, the Flyers will head back to the power play, where they have been unsuccessful so far in their 5 goals. Not one of them was a power play goal. And just getting the stick under the legs of City is Daniel Pigeon. So he'll have a sit for 2 minutes. Face-off taken quickly by the Matrix and cleared out. Matrix so far showing a strong penalty kill. Powers leaving it behind the net for Roy. Roy. Pass for Duplessis. Duplessis across for Alain. Alain for Nolan along the left. Had lost the puck in his feet. Trying to clear that out was Dowling. Did not get much of the clear out. That was being stick lifted by Nolan. Almost clear out, blocked by the skates of Duplessis. Not much time left. Gonna have to get a shot off. Across. Alain waits. Shoots. Saved by Harris. And that ends the first period to score at 5-0 in favor of the Flyers. They will be back for a power play for 1 minute and 27. And we'll be back. 10 minutes, second period. Flyers, Matrix. is Jaye. Pretending to evade Andrew Christian, he dumps it into the zone. First one there along the left is Jackson Steves. He's hit hard into the board. Out in front of the sharp angle shot from Nolan. That had went off the shoulder of Harris. Pass out in front to the backhander, they score. And off the shoulder of Harris. Pass out in front to the backhander, they score. It's Miguel Duke-Legel. Saucer pass off the boards. Dalal looking out in front for Poland. There's Legel shooting. Sam Nolan, he is on a pace right now of 3 points per game, adding another one right there. Out in front, Nolan scored up numerous times this season and continue to do so. Here's McFadden making some moves, shooting into the glove of Harris. Into the glove of Harris. Good reaction time from the goaltender. Stepping down, McFadden, trip, slot, pass up for Nolan. Skating up the left with speed. Nolan has Duplessis with him on the other side. Nolan to Duplessis, what a save. Just with over 30 seconds left to go, Duplessis back for Nolan. He's along the left in that faceoff dot, gave him room and he's shooting. Great. Could have gone terribly. And here's a breakaway. Mason Goodwin, all alone. Goodwin shot, great of the game for the Matrix. And it's a breakaway, turned away by Powers. One-timer, what a save! Nate McGilvery. And puck's cleared along. Marshall trying to make a pass, taken away by Poland. Into the skates of Dufour. Come back to the other way is McAdam before he... That one taken by Duplessis. Walks to the top, high slot, curling in, shooting. It's deflected. No one put it on net. The rebound, they score. Duplessis trying to get a shot off. He was poked off. Almost flipped out by Pigeon. Taken away as Nolan does a pass, rebound. Hit hard into the boards. I believe that's Gavin McDonald. Skating up with speed, McGilvery. He's hit big. Skating up with speed, shooting, just missing the net. There's Shia almost laying a hip check. Duplessis the blue line shot. Deflected, Shia on his back. Skates to McAdam. Stole it right from in between his legs. Blue line, Nolan shooting. In out of the glove, they score. The boards for Jackson Steves. He makes his way past Dowling, 3-on-1. Steves, Duplessis, and then he scores. Over for Declan Steves. Pass from McFadden in the middle. Skating up, he's up against McDonald. There's a shot, saving the rebound, was just loose. Sent back out in front right through. Skate out, Andrew Christian. Puts deep into the Flyers corner. Declan Steves hits the brakes, turned away, pass it in front. Andrew Christian with a shot. Hammered along the boards. Poland chasing Pigeon. Pigeon turnover. City walking in. Cutting back is Jaye. Pretending to evade Andrew Christian, he dumps it into the zone. First one there along the left is Jackson Steves. He's hit hard into the board. Out in front of the sharp angle shot from Nolan. That had went off the shoulder of Harris. Pass out in front to the backhander, they score. And off the shoulder of Harris. Pass out in front to the backhander, they score. It's Miguel Duke-Legel. Saucer pass off the boards. Dalal looking out in front for Poland. There's Legel shooting. Sam Nolan, he is on a pace right now of 3 points per game, adding another one right there. Out in front, Nolan scored up numerous times this season and continue to do so. Here's McFadden making some moves, shooting into the glove of Harris. Into the glove of Harris. Good reaction time from the goaltender. Stepping down, McFadden, trip, slot, pass up for Nolan. Skating up the left with speed. Nolan has Duplessis with him on the other side. Nolan to Duplessis, what a save. Just with over 30 seconds left to go, Duplessis back for Nolan. He's along the left in that faceoff dot, gave him room and he's shooting. Great. Could have gone terribly. And here's a breakaway. Mason Goodwin, all alone. Goodwin shot, great of the game for the Matrix. And it's a breakaway, turned away by Powers. One-timer, what a save! Nate McGilvery. And puck's cleared along. Marshall trying to make a pass, taken away by Poland. And then the skates of Dufour. Come back quickly the other way is McAdam before he... That one taken by Duplessis. Walks to the top. High slot. Curling in. Shooting. It's deflected. No one put it on net. The rebound. They score. Duplessis trying to get a shot off. He was poked off. Almost flipped out by Pigeon. Taken away as Nolan does a pass. Rebound. Hit hard into the boards. I believe that's Gavin McDonald. Skating up with speed. McGilvery. He's hit big. Skating up with speed. Shooting. Just missing the net. There's Jaya almost laying a hip check. Duplessis the blue line shot. Deflected. Jaya on his back. He skates to McAdam. Stole it right from in between his legs. Blue line. Nolan shooting. In out of the glove. They score. The boards for Jackson Steves. He makes his way past Dowling. 3-on-1. Steves, Duplessis, and then he scores. Over for Declan Steves. Pass from McFadden in the middle. Skating up. He's up against McDonald. There's a shot. Saving the rebound. Was just loose. Sent back out in front right through. Skate out. Andrew Christian. Puts deep into the Flyers corner. Declan Steves hits the brakes. Turned away. Has it in front. Andrew Christian with a shot. Hammered along the boards. Podan chasing Pigeon. Pigeon turnover. City walking in. Cutting back is Jaya. Attempting to evade Andrew Christian. He dumps it into the zone. First one there along the left is Jackson Steves. He's hit hard into the board. Out in front of the sharp angle shot from Nolan. That went off the shoulder of Harris. Pass out in front. To the backhander. They score. Off the shoulder of Harris. Pass out in front. To the backhander. They score. It's Miguel Duke by Ligel. Saucer pass off the boards. Dalal looking out in front for Poland. There's Ligel shooting. Sam Nolan, he is on a pace right now of 3 points per game, adding another one right there. Out in front, Nolan scored up numerous times this season and continue to do so. Here's McFadden making some moves, shooting into the glove of Harris. Into the glove of Harris. Good reaction time from the goaltender. Stepping down, McFadden, trip slot, pass up for Nolan. Skating up the left with speed. Nolan has Duplessis with him on the other side. Nolan to Duplessis. What a save. Just with over 30 seconds left to go. Duplessis back for Nolan. He's along the left in that faceoff dot. Gave him room and he's shooting. And a great. Could have gone terribly. And here's a breakaway. Mason Goodwin all alone. Goodwin shot. Great of the game for the Matrix. And it's a breakaway turned away by Powers. One-timer. What a save. Nate. McGilvery. And puck's cleared along. Marshall trying to make a pass. And about to get all set for period 2. Flyers currently on the power play for just less than a minute and a half. And still in the box is Daniel Pigeon. He is still serving his sentence for tripping up Noah Seti. That happened late in the first period. And here we go, lining up in the middle. It's McFadden. He was going up against Surratt. Taken by McFadden. Alain. Waiting, then sending it to the opposite side for Roy. Roy in along that left side. Sending it back to McFadden. McFadden waits. Sees Alain open near the blue line. Going back to McFadden at the top of the blue line. Stepping in. Waiting. Over to Roy. Down low. Back up. Alain. Standing in. Shooting pad save. Rebound. Set to Roy. He fires just over the net. And just 30 seconds into this period before a whistle. Face-off had been to the right of Harris. Legel going down. There's a shot. Save. Rebound. It goes across the blue line, the red line. And the Flyers make it 6-0. Only question is, who is that goal going to be credited to? Stepping down and shooting was McFadden. It had gone off Harris, and it doesn't look like it was touched since. So it looks like that goal is going to be credited to Bowden McFadden. And we'll have ourselves a 6-0 game early into the second period. Stepping back up, Steves hits off the boards, trying to get that to Dufour, was turned away by Goodwin. Goodwin had dumped it in. Leger banking off the boards, this time to the left for Paulin. He leaves that off. Or for City. City put behind the net, taking it as Surratt. Cleared along the boards. Steves and Goodwin had collided. Going behind the net is Pigeon. Being pressured by Dufour. Pigeon stops, gets it back, hits along the boards. There's the Declan, sees the blue line, almost deflected by Dufour out in front. Dufour finding the puck in the middle, backhanded towards the net. Paulin trying to have a shot on. Still loose. Cleared all the way back to the Flyers' end. Taking it is Jaya. Jaya skates up with speed. Jaya cutting to the middle. He's tripped up, and we're going to have another penalty call coming up against the Matrix. And it looks like we're going to have a trip and a slash. Jamie Jaya going in for a slash after the play. It looks like these penalties are going to even up. And the last goal, it's scored by Bowden McFadden with assists from Legel and Dadal. So no power plays for any team coming up at 18-12 here in the second period. Both teams continuing 5-on-5. Face-off won by the Flyers. Duplessis debated shooting. He will shoot. Deflected by Steves. A great save from Harris with a shot. They score. And a loose puck in the slot. Never a good thing when it's this first line. Duplessis with the initial shot. Nolan had given it Steves rather, who had given it a tip. It had found its way to the slot for Sam Nolan, and he made no mistake sending that one to the top shelf. In his own end, Roy hammered along the boards. It was deflected on its way there. Harris rimming it along the boards, taken by Duplessis. He's getting behind his net, pressured by McDonald. Pass out in front. Nolan to Roy. Roy shooting. It had deflected off of McDonald and on net. Roy missing his dump in, stepping it up. Andrew Christian coming in on Kitchen. There's a shot that was blocked. A great defensive display. Wyatt Kitchen behind the net. Roy being pressured by Delaney. He gets it off to the hash marks over for Jackson Steves. He stops, curls around, tries to find a man, sees Duplessis. Duplessis, he had skated by McDonald. Duplessis still in with Nolan. Duplessis for Nolan and captured by Harris. There's a shot. Rimming it around the boards. Dadal behind his own net. He dangles by McDonald. Dadal in the corner. Passed up to the blue line. Alain to the middle. Shooting, and it deflected off the stick of Delaney. Cutting by with it, McFadden. Passing it off, Robinson. Sharp angle, trying to put that out in front. Loose puck, it's Dadal trying to get that puck up and above the shoulder of Harris. Dadal in the corner. Poked off, taken by McDonald. Dadal still in the corner. Being poke checked. Multiple Matrix players. Alain trying to keep it in, and the Flyers will take. They are on the penalty kill. Alain had tried to clear it. Gets it back and sends it over for Robinson. Robinson failed to clear. Slid off the stick of Rossiter and back over for Robinson. One-on-one against Surratt. Robinson, backdoor, they score. And Bowden McFadden gets his second of the game short-handed. On a beautiful play, Nolan Robinson to evade multiple players and then send one backdoor for McFadden. Still power play time left for the Matrix. Kitchen off the face-off, clears it back. We'll go right to the net of Harris, and he's going to cover. Applying some pressure with Radier. And Jaya and Pigeon getting out of their respective boxes. Face off, won by mid-aisle. Pigeon puts it behind the net for McGilvery. McGilvery back for Pigeon behind the net. Pigeon cutting by Paulin, still with it. Dangles by Radier. Daniel Pigeon skating into the offensive zone, curling back at the top of the left point to the middle. McGilvery shooting, it's deflected off the post. Nigel trying to clear it out, enter with Paulin. He successfully banks it off the boards and out. McGilvery, that pass intercepted by Radier. Radier skates into the zone, shoots, deflected, hits the top part of the glass. Just less than a minute left to go on the power play still in the Dylan Dadal hooking call. Surratt to the middle, McGilvery tried to hit Pigeon, and will go all the way down the ice. So an icing going to be charged against the Matrix. And the Matrix, they get a good chance here on the power play. Pigeon cuts back, sees Luke McGilvery at the top of the blue line, and he makes no mistake getting a shot off, and it's deflected somewhere along the way in front. Flyers win the offensive zone draw. Roy takes it out, realizes he's on a penalty kill, and will clear it down behind the net of Harris. Harris clearing it out along the boards. Dufour applying pressure against Marshall. It's Nolan that finds it in the corner. Pass out in front. There's a shot from Alain. Good save by Harris. Alain skating through in the offensive zone. Waits. then just puts it behind the net. 15 seconds still left to go for Dieppe in the box. Flyers get it in the middle. There's a shot from Dufour, save from Harris. Rebound taken from Nolan. Nolan stopping, trying to get by Dowling. Penalty now expired. Trying to kick it around is Surratt. It's eventually thrown over for Rossiter. His pass deflected off a skate of Dufour, and he now gets it back at center. Dufour putting it behind the net. McAdam. Had rimmed it along the boards, taken by Duplessis. Duplessis seeing McFadden up top. He shoots just over the net. Declan Steves playing it along the boards for Duplessis. Back up for Declan Steves at the blue line. Shot almost deflected by McFadden. Goes just wide of the net. Then put back towards the front of the net by Legal. Alex Legal finding it in the corner. Put back for City behind the net. He's pinned up by Dowling, and it's quickly shot out. It had been Grayson McAdam trying to shoot it high and out of the zone, and it was blocked just at the blue line. Some collisions involving Noah City in the offensive zone of the Flyers. Steves across. Legal walking in, shooting, and a good save. Nate Harris. Alex Legal, not seeing any passing options, decided to shoot. And it ends up in the chest of Nate Harris. And it's tough seeing the puck through all that traffic. Had about 5 bodies from both teams out in front, and surprisingly able to find it. Back behind the net was Robinson. Stepping in is Jaillet for Robinson down low. Robinson skates out, looks towards the blue line, has Dieppe. Dieppe across for Kitchen. He's going to try a shot, and it's into the glove of Harris. This time, no traffic in front, and that will be a save every day of the week. So players with multiple points for the Flyers thus far. McFadden has 2 goals. Nolan already has a hat trick and 2 assists to go with it. Jackson Steves has 2 goals and 2 assists. And Miguel Duplessis, 1 goal but 3 assists. Loose out in front. Dieppe with a shot. Loose. Ruddy trying to find that rebound, and it's cleared out from the slot by the Matrix. Jaillet cleared in. Getting that to Ruddy. He's slashed and stick lifted by McDonald. It's chucked along the boards. Jaillet pinching down towards the hash marks to keep it in. Alistair McDonald cleared along. There's a shot from Kitchen. That one's blocked and flipped out by McDonald, but will go all the way down the ice. So offensive zone face. They've been by Bowden McFadden, 1 on the power play and 1 short-handed. Face-off taken by Dieppe. Alain sent off. There's a shot from Jackson Steves off the blocker of Harris and up out of play. Face-off won by the Flyers. Alain shooting, just missing the net wide left. Sam Nolan in along the hash marks, had looked up to the point, cut back down, then cuts back up towards the blue line. Backhands it down behind the net. We'll find Paulin. The stick checked away by Dowling. Behind the net, still with it, out in front. Nolan with the shot. A good shoulder save from Harris. Between the legs pass from Livingston. Ends up out of the zone. Alain across to Roy. Roy up against the boards. Cleared back in by Goodwin. Roy skating back in his own end. That pass, I was up for Jackson Steves. He chases it whilst being pressured by McGilvery. McGilvery there first, but quickly gets pinned up against the boards. Nolan to the blue line. Alain cleared back down. Will go behind the net. It'll move its way to the corner where Paulin is seen. Paulin being pressured by 3 players from the Matrix. It's taken out. Goodwin passed over to Livingston. Oliver Livingston in shooting, and that misses the net. Kept it at the blue line. There's a shot from Sam Dowling that had never gone through. Dufour with a pass over and a stretch pass intended for Jackson Steves had just gone under the stick of McAdam. McAdam behind his net, waits, tries to pass, picked off Duplessis. Duplessis working his way to the middle, cutting to the high slot, cutting around Rossiter. Duplessis, cross, backdoor, shooting was Ligel, and he just missed the net. Steves down for Duplessis. Loose puck out in the corner before it's taken out by Surratt. He sends it over to the middle where he finds Braden Rossiter. Pass to the middle, picked off by Duplessis, and shoves down his man, being McDonald now. Coming back, Duplessis with City on a 2-on-1. Duplessis City one-timer, tried to go through the 5-hole of Harris, and he wasn't having it. Duplessis behind the net. On his backhand, finding his way into the corner. Duplessis skating up, losing the puck, just kept in by Declan Steves. He'll chuck it behind the net. Pigeon trying to get past City. Loose puck taken. Dufour pass out in front, deflected. Dudal trying to knock it down. Dudal in the face-off circle, trying to make some shifty maneuvers, shooting, and a great save by Harris. Dylan Dudal. A great solo effort, but even a better save from Harris out in that net. Kitchen sent back behind the net. McAdam cleared on the boards for Rossiter, taken by Dudal. Dudal trying to make some nice moves. It's not held in by Jaya at the blue line. Jaya cutting to the middle. Jamie Jaya shooting and just missing the net. It ends up all the way back into the zone of the Flyers. Taking it as Rossiter. He stops and is quickly poked away by Kitchen. Taking the puck and hitting it off the boards is Dudal. Robinson in with speed. He's poked off by Gavin McDonald. Robinson behind the net for McFadden, who sent that back out for Robinson. Robinson for Jaya, has some room, skates to the middle, shooting, and a great save, Nate Harris. And many great chances from the Flyers where we see Harris come up strong. There's one in particular, it's this play from Dylan Dudal, managing to stick handle through a couple Matrix players and is bailed out by Nate Harris between the pipes. Now, more than half of the period been played so far. Around the net is McDonald. Banking it off the boards. It hits Alain. Over for Roy. That pass under the tape of Rodier. It's cleared back out to center. Roy hammering that off the boards. Over for McGilvery. Pass through center. Tried to hit Andrew Christian. Bringing it back in. Dufour firing into the glove of Nate Harris for a whistle. Dieppe again going to win another face-off. They've won a lot of these offensive zone face-offs. In fact, probably about 80% of them. A key strategy in their success this game. Roy trying to cut to the middle, backhand, put behind the net for Dufour. Poked away by McGilvery. Almost taken by Rodier. McGilvery takes it from him. Puts it along the glass. Paulin up against the boards, pinned by Andrew Christian. Shot behind the net by Gavin McDonald. Trying to flip that out was McGilvery. Rudgy and Dufour pin McGilvery up against the boards. Shoving at it, trying to get it is Delaney. McGilvery finds the loose puck and sends it all the way down the ice for an icing. In an 8-0 game where the Flyers have dominated, the Matrix are held to very few shots on goal. I believe thus far it's been around 2 or 3. Nolan into the draw against Surratt. Won by Nolan. There's a shot from Declan Steves. Sticked Draw. Pigeon trying to pass it out. Vigel came in the pinch and ended up putting it for Duplessis. Duplessis to the middle for Nolan. Shooting, scores. And make that Nolan's fourth of the game. And we're going to have a change of goaltenders for the Matrix. Now in net is Peyton Crozier. Flyers in their own zone. Pass up for City. Banking it against the boards and makes his way past Pigeon. Kept in behind the net by McFadden. Has it on his backhand. Out for Robinson. Shooting pad save. And the rebound is cleared out. Hit off of Rossiter and kept into the zone. Declan Steves, backhander. Bouncing puck, trying to get that to McFadden. And it's taken out by Rossiter. Braden Rossiter coming up with speed along the left. Hits the brakes. Shoots into the glove of Powers. And we'll catch that with ease for the save. That'll now be Nolan's 6th point of the night. He has 4 goals and 2 assists. And that goal is going to be from Sam Nolan from Miguel Duplessis at 7:39 of the second. Almost cleared out, kept back in by Pigeon. Dufour leaving it off for Radji. Radji along that right side, poked off by Pigeon, gets it back. Radji to the side of the net, putting that out in the slot, and it will be covered by Crozier. Radji against Alistair McDonald in the face-off circle. Won by McDonald, McAdam. Pressured by Dufour before he took a tumble. Radji laying a hit on McAdam. McAdam and Alistair McDonald in there with Dufour and Radji. Multiple shoves being given. Doesn't look like that puck's going to move anytime soon before it's taken by Radji. Keeps being slammed against the boards by McAdam. Taking out Dufour. Left for Radji. There's a sharp angle shot patted away by Crozier. McDonald. That pass is picked off by Paulin. Keeping it in the zone. Still poked away by a couple. Kept in by Radji. Into the corner, it's Paulin before he's bumped off by McDonald. It's thrown behind the net, McAdam. Rimmed along the boards, stopped by Roy at the blue line. Steps in and shoots, pad save. Rebound loose in the slot. Dufour trying to get a stick on that. He gets it back to the blue line. Kitchen shot, just missing the net, not by much. Roy making his way down in the zone before he rims it back up towards the blue line. Dufour for Kitchen on the other side. Shooting, glove down, the rebound, they score. And not all too sure who had gotten the last touch on that. Just a big scrum in the net, and the puck ended up across the blue line. It's a great pass. Dufour across for Kitchen, letting it go. It hits off a couple bodies and some sticks and ends up in the back of the net for double digits to be reached by the Flyers. Stepping in was Goodwin. Losing the puck, it's taken by Alain. Alain sending that up against the boards, trying to get that to Jackson Steves. Misses his target, and an icing coming up against the Flyers. Just over 5.5 left to go in the second period. And a well-played game so far by the Flyers. They lead by a score of 10-0. And here's a 2-on-0. Duplessis and Jackson Steves just an offside. And that last Flyer goal, it's going to be credited to Wyatt Kitchen. He gets his 2nd of the year, assisted by Dufour and Radji at 5:50. Flyers win the draw. Alain Across for Ligel, to the middle for Nolan. He clears it in after getting hit along the boards. Misplayed by McGilvery. The Flyers now get the puck back. McGilvery in the corner, rimmed along the boards, blocked by Ligel at the blue line. Ligel, cross-ice pass is picked off. Only one there was Goodwin. Had given some time for the Matrix to clear it out of the zone. Alain had slid off his stick. Livingston put behind the net. Ligel over for Alain. Alain emerging from behind his own cage. Lays a nice pass to Jackson Steeves. Potential 2-on-1. Steeves finds Duplessis. Goes to the backhand and hits the side of the net. Duplessis out in the corner. Shoved off by Livingston. Little puck battle between Livingston and Duplessis. Delaney trying to shoot that out. He'll get it past Steeves, and this will go all the way down. Icing going to be charged against the Matrix at just less than 4.5. And Nathan Ruddy getting his first assist and first point of the night on that goal from Wyatt Kitchen. He had come up clutch the night prior to the Hawks, getting the game-winning goal and securing the win with the empty netter. Declan Steeves. Shot blocked down by Rossiter. Rossiter at center, being poked by City and McFadden. Had gotten it by those two, but not by Kitchen. Kitchen trying to step up with it. Flipped high in the air by McAdam. Almost gloved down by McFadden. Rossiter in, saved by Powers, and he'll play it. And an early whistle called by the officials, so we'll have a defensive zone faceoff coming for the Flyers. And an offensive zone faceoff coming up for the Matrix. Haven't had too many of those this afternoon. Kitchen across the boards. First City, leaving that up for Dalal all alone. Dalal to his backhand. What a save from Crozier. Looked like Crozier had been out of it. Had looked like she had been dangled out, and comes back and makes a beautiful save. And apparently looks like the net's off. The officials are calling. And we'll see that breakaway from Dylan Dudow approaching in on Peyton Crozier. Bumped up against the boards by City. And a great play. Peyton Crozier staying with Dudow that entire time. Alain shot, tipped by Dufour, and didn't get to the net. Jaillet stepping in, poked off. Barely kept in by Alain. Skating in with speed. Leaving that off for Rodier when he was being poke-checked off the puck. Sent to the blue line. Jaillet shooting, scores. And it looks like we are going to have no goal. Mika Dufour is going to go to the box for interference. So instead of an 11-0 game, it's going to be a power play for the Matrix. But 3:09, it's going to be Luca Dufour in the box. 2 minutes for interference. Jaillet in his own zone, poking it up towards the blue line. It gets past McGilvery. Radier applying some pressure on Pigeon. Pigeon almost turning over the puck. It is Radier who finally gets the steal. Putting it back towards his blue line. Alain off the boards. Will put it all the way down behind the net of Crozier. Gets left off for McGilvery. McGilvery pass out of the zone. It hits Pigeon out in front. Curling around was Surratt. Looked like he had a shot opportunity. Pigeon, blue line, waiting. Going down low for Livingston. Shoved off by Jaillet and taking that out as Paulin. Pass to the middle for Rodier. And he'll clear it in on Crozier. Stopping it with the stick. Stretch pass up, taking it as Livingston. Puts it to the net of Powers. He'll play it out for Ligel, who will make his way behind the net as we approach midway through this power play. Cleared on the boards, taken in. Jackson Steves winds in, tries to go to the middle, sticked away by Crozier. Jackson Steves in the left corner, being stopped and being bulldozed by Luke McGilvery. Stepping out is Surratt, poked away by Nolan. Luckily, right behind him was McGilvery to clear it out of the zone. It's quickly cleared back in by the Flyers. McGilvery behind the net. That pass not going to hit anybody along that right side, and down the ice it'll go for an icing with not too much left on the power play for Lika Dufoul's interference call. Face-off won by the Flyers. Nolan in the corner. Steps out, pass to the blue line, taken by Jackson Steves, who shoots, deflected off the stick of Crozier and behind the net. Nolan intercepts a pass, tries a windmill deke. Nolan out in front, pad saved by Crozier. Little under 10 seconds to go. Nolan still with the puck, clearing it outside the zone for Legel. Dufoul out of the box, across for Roy. Banked off the boards, intended for Dufoul, and he was headed over to the bench. Rossiter. Back for McAdam. Clearing it out of the zone. It's taken by Roy. Roy, a pass that is deflected off of Duplessis. Going back for Rossiter. Quickly jumping in and staying on side is McAdam right next to the, trying to get a change off. There's a shot at deflects, hits off the top of the net. Roy trying to exit his zone. Intercepted, sending it to the middle was Andrew Christian. No one there to take his pass. Duplessis for City. City winding in on his forehand, cuts back, tries to send it to the blue line. It's deflected, taken by Jaya. Jaya cutting it in Andrew Christian, shooting. Loose puck off the rebound. It's cleared over into the corner. Taking it out is Dylan Andrew Christian. Skating up with speed, where he was hit up into his own, up to the boards near his bench. It's clear all the way down. This one's going to go on Crozier, so no icing, and this will end the period as Pigeon holds it behind his own net. And that'll be the end of our second period. It's a score of 10-0 in favor of the Flyers. They get 5 goals in each period, and we'll be back momentarily, third period, after a quick flood of Matrix and Flyers on the Dieppe Flyers YouTube channel, being streamed by the Maritime Stream Team. Cutting back is Jaya. Attempting to evade Andrew Christian. He dumps it into the zone. First one there along the left is Jackson Steves. He's hit hard into the board. Out in front of the sharp angle shot from Nolan. That had went off the shoulder of Harris. Pass out in front. To the backhander, they score. And off the shoulder of Harris. Pass out in front. To the backhander, they score. It's Miguel Duke by Legel. Saucer pass off the boards. Dalal looking out in front for Poulin. There's Legel shooting. Sam Nolan, he is on a pace right now of 3 points per game, adding another one right there. Out in front, Nolan scored up numerous times this season and continue to do so. Here's McFadden making some moves, shooting into the glove of Harris. Into the glove of Harris. Good reaction time from the goaltender. Stepping down, McFadden, trip, slot, pass up for Nolan. Skating up the left with speed. Nolan has Duplessis with him on the other side. Nolan to Duplessis, what a save. Just with over 30 seconds left to go. Duplessis back for Nolan. He's along the left in that faceoff dot. Gave him room and he's shooting. And a great, could have gone terribly. And here's a breakaway. Mason Goodwin, all in, all alone. Goodwin shot, great of the game for the Matrix. And it's a breakaway, turned away by Powers. One-timer, what a save! Nate McGilvery. And puck's cleared along. Marshall trying to make a pass, taken away by Potent. And then the skates of Dufoul. Come back the other way is McAdam before he... That one taken by Duplessis. Walks to the top, high slot, curling in, shooting, it's deflected. No one put it on net. 3 down, they score. Duplessis trying to get a shot off. He was poked off. Almost flipped out by Pigeon. Take it away as Nolan does a pass. Rebound. Hit hard into the boards. I believe that's Gavin McDonald. Skating up with speed. McGilvery. He's hit big. Skating up with speed. Shooting, just missing the net. There's Shai almost laying a hip check. Duplessis the blue line shot. Deflected. Shai on his back. Skate to McAdam. Stole it right from in between his legs. Blue line. Nolan shooting. In out of the glove. They score. The boards for Jackson Steves. He makes his way past Dowling. 3-on-1. Steves, Duplessis, and then he scores. Over for Declan Steves. Pass from McFadden in the middle. Skating up. He's up against McDonald. There's a shot. Saving the rebound was just loose. Sent back out in front right through. Skate out. Andrew Christian. Puts deep into the Flyers corner. Declan Steves hits the brakes and turned away. Pass it in front. Andrew Christian with a shot. Hammered along the boards. Poland chasing Pigeon. Pigeon turnover. City walking in. Cutting back is Jaya. Out in front of the sharp angle shot from Nolan. That had went off the shoulder of Harris. Pass it in front. The backhander, they score. Off the shoulder of Harris. Pass it in front. The backhander, they score. It's Miguel Duke Ligel. Saucer pass off the boards. Dalal looking out in front for Poland. There's Ligel shooting. Pretty. Sam Nolan, he is on a page right now of 3 points per game, adding another one right there. Out in front, Nolan scored up numerous times this season and continue to do so. Here's McFadden making some moves, shooting into the glove of Harris. Into the glove of Harris. Good reaction time from the goaltender. Stepping down, McFadden, trip, slot, pass up for Nolan. Skating up the left with speed. Nolan has Duplessis with him on the other side. Nolan to Duplessis, what a save. With over 30 seconds left to go. Duplessis back for Nolan. He's along the left in that faceoff dot. Gave him room and he's shooting. Great. Could have gone terribly. Here's a breakaway. Mason Goodwin all alone. Goodwin shot. Great of the game for the Matrix. And it's a breakaway turned away by Powers. One-timer. What a save. Nate McGilvery. And puck's cleared along. Marshall trying to make a pass. Taken away by Poland. Into the skates of Dufour. Come back the other way is McAdam before he. That one taken by Duplessis. Walks to the top. High slot. Curling in. Shooting. It's deflected. No one put it on net. 3-on. They score. Duplessis trying to get a shot off. He was poked off. Almost flipped out by Pigeon. Take it away as Nolan does a pass. Rebound. Hit hard into the boards. I believe that's Gavin McDonald. Skating up with speed. McGilvery. He's hit big. Skating up with speed, shooting, just missing the net. There's Shai almost laying a hip check. Duplessis the blue line shot. Deflected. Shai on his back. Skate to McAdam. Stole it right from in between his legs. Blue line. Nolan shooting. In out of the glove. They score. The boards for Jackson Steves. He makes his way past Dowling. 3-on-1. Steves, Duplessis, and then he scores. Over for Declan Steves. Pass from McFadden in the middle. Skating up, he's up against McDonald. There's a shot. Saving the rebound was just loose. Sent back out in front right through. Skate out, Andrew Christian. Puts deep into the Flyers corner. Declan Steves hits the brakes, turned away. Has it in front. Andrew Christian with a shot. Hammered along the boards. Poland chasing Pigeon. Pigeon turnover. City walking in. Cutting back is Jaya. Attempting to evade Andrew Christian. He dumps it into the zone. First one there along the left is Jackson Steves. He's hit hard into the board. Out in front of the sharp angle shot from Nolan. That had went off the shoulder of Harris. Pass it in front. The backhander, they score. And off the shoulder of Harris. Pass it in front. The backhander, they score. It's Miguel Duke Ligel. Saucer pass off the boards. Dalal looking out in front for Poland. There's Ligel shooting. Sam Nolan, he is on a pace right now of 3 points per game, adding another one right there. Out in front, Nolan scored up numerous times this season and continue to do so. Here's McFadden making some moves, shooting into the glove of Harris. into the glove of Harris. Good reaction time from the goaltender. Stepping down, McFadden, trip, slot, pass up for Nolan. Skating up the left with speed. Nolan has Duplessis with him on the other side. Nolan to Duplessis, what a save! Just with over 30 seconds left to go, Duplessis back for Nolan. He's along the left in that faceoff dot, gave him room and he's shooting. And a great, could have gone terribly. Here's a breakaway, Mason Goodwin, all alone. Goodwin shot, great of the game for the Matrix. And it's a breakaway, turned away by Powers. One-timer, what a save! Nate McGilvery. And puck's cleared along. Marshall trying to make a pass, taken away by Podin into the skates of Dufour. Come back quickly the other way is McAdam before he... That one taken by Duplessis. Walks to the top, high slot, curling in, shooting, it's deflected. No one put it on net. The rebound, they score. Duplessis trying to get a shot off. He was poked off. Almost flipped out by Pigeon. Take it away as Nolan does a pass, rebound. Hit hard into the boards. I believe that's Gavin McDonald. Skating up with speed, McGilvery. He's hit big. Skating up with speed, shooting, just missing the net. There's Jaya almost laying a hip check. Duplessis at the blue line shot. Deflected, Jaya on his back. Skate to McAdam. Stole it right from in between his legs. Blue line, Nolan shooting. In out of the glove, they score. The boards for Jackson Steves. He makes his way past Dowling, 3-on-1. Steves, Duplessis, and then he scores. Over for Declan Steves. Pass from McFadden in the middle. Skating up, he's up against McDonald. There's a shot, saving the rebound, was just loose. Sent back out in front right through. Skate out, Andrew Christian. Puts deep into the Flyers corner. Declan Steves hits the brakes, turned away, pass it in front. Andrew Christian with a shot. Hammered along the boards. Podin chasing Pigeon. Pigeon turnover. City walking in. third period action getting underway. Crozier and Power still in their net for the respective teams. Falling off the face-off draw with Surratt. Kitchen across, over for Jayet. Back for McFadden. McFadden in, takes his man down, and almost runs into the goaltender. Nolan, Robinson in the corner. Up to the blue line. Jayet walking in, shooting, scores. And Jamie Jayet successfully walks in, gets around the ringette line before he snipes one past Crozier. And just less than 20, just over 20 seconds played in this final frame. The Flyers get their first goal of the third. Surratt in his own zone, almost turned it over. Now walking back in is McFadden, staying onside. McFadden poked loose of the puck. Up along the left side, he gets bodied into the board before Livingston chucks it across the other side for Surratt. Surratt cutting a bit to the middle, then hitting Livingston. Had slid off his stick momentarily before he sent it in deep in the Flyers zone. Jayet rimming it along the boards. Robinson giving it off for McFadden. Flipped off the boards. Dadal trying to cut in with a windmill deke. And he is successfully poked away by defenseman Daniel Pigeon. Pass out in front. Robinson shooting. Blocked out in front. Poking it. Goodwin. Tried to get that over to Livingston. Was blocked away. Surratt had stepped in before he was bodied off by Robinson. Declan Steves hit along the boards. It was Dallaire and McFadden. Now bringing it out of his own zone is McGilvery. Had gone to center before he committing a hand pass. And latest Flyers goal, it's Jayet from Robinson and McFadden at 19:39 of the final frame. Face-off draw taken by Andrew Christian. Had put it back to the Flyers D, being Steves. City bodied off the puck. Now sent in by Radier. McGilvery takes a trip around his own cage. Stops and throws it back at where it once was. City trying to put that down for Radier. Finding it back in the corner, curling back after overlooking the blue line. Puck battling loose in the corner, almost taken by City. Radier now to City, up to the blue line. Steve's working in, shot, pad save. Lijal with the rebound, it went all the way up to the blue line, and the pass off the mark. It's sent out to center ice. Steves sent in, it hit off the leg of the official. Now over for McDonald. Gavin McDonald sent to the other side. Had taken an awkward bounce and went back in their zone. Attempted clear out. Taken by Lijal. Lijal making his way down in the corner. Past McGilvery. Still with it out for Nolan. He shoots. Great save, Crozier. Face-off taken by the Matrix, going behind his own net. Pass out from Pigeon, leaving that one off from McGilvery. Or that's Marshall, rather, coming out with speed. Pass, Rossiter deflected it, and had just been kept in. Jackson Steves across. Duplessis with the shot, and had slipped off his stick. Dowling hit up against the boards. It took a hit to make a play to send that one over for Marshall. Marshall clearing it and banks off the boards. Behind the net. Taking it is Anna. Hit along the boards. Stopped at the center red line by Pigeon. Cleared around the net and caught by Power. Stopping is Roy. Roy waiting. Sending it off to Anna. He leaves it off for Nolan. Nolan, who already has 6 points so far in this game, making his way past Goodwin. Nolan still with it behind the net. Sent over for Duplessis. He backhands it up for the blue line for Lijal. Sent back to Duplessis. Trying to make his way to the middle with a couple dangles. Makes his way back up for Roy. Back for Duplessis. He's poked off by Surratt, who then clears it. Goes all the way back for Roy. Passing that off to Steves. Loose puck swooped up, taken by Duplessis, working his way out in front. The shot is saved by Peyton Crozier. Well, another good chance. Miguel Duplessis had slid in from a sharp angle. He already has a goal this game. But being familiar with the assist, he has 4 already so far. Getting kicked out of the draw was Surratt. In to take his place is Livingston. Livingston wins the draw cleanly. McAdam cleared along the backboards. Dalal had almost gone, but it's taken away by Goodwin. Goodwin moving his way up through center. Cleared along behind the net, Jaye. Rimmed it along the boards. And taking it was Nolan Robinson. Pass over to McFadden. McFadden along the left, shooting it in the middle off the mask of Crozier. A little miscommunication, but it's just held in off the body of Dalal and sent over to Jaye. Poked out by Livingston and poked back in by Kitchen. He's then offside. McAdam pass over to Surratt. Taken by Dalal. Dalal past Livingston. Dalal in all alone. Pass over for McFadden and had just been out of his reach. Robinson looking up towards the blue line with a slow-moving pass. Had gone over to Dalal. There's a shot from Kitchen into the glove of Crozier. And over in St. John, it's a 7-1 game in favor of the Southern Rangers, who have really picked up their game as of late. Dejal putting it down in the corner. Rodier finding it, putting it back up. Declan Steves with the shot, deflected along the way, just wide of the net. Rodier stops, goes back the other way, moving behind the net. There's a shot from Declan Steves. Rodier for City in the corner. Bumped off by Alistair McDonald. Cleared across the boards, pinching and keeping it in is Declan Steves. Behind the net, Dufour. Looking out towards the blue line, he hits Lejal. Lejal shooting. It's not deflected off the pad of Crozier. Steves walking in, looking for a shot. Fans on his shot, and then sends it into the corner. McDonald trying to make a pass to clear over for Surratt. It's pinned along the boards right next to the bench of the Matrix. Still kept in for now. Looking to get it is City, trying to hold the line, and it just slips out. Andrew Christian had put it into the flyer zone. Lejal sent off for Rodier, who he puts it off the boards. Back in his own zone is Dowling. Stretch past Rossiter. In on Roy, and is poke checked. Putting it back behind the net for Lejal. Pass up for Duplessis, trying to get that one over for Nolan. Cleared into the zone of the Matrix, Rossiter. Waits, hammered off the board. Roy sent over for Nolan. Nolan making his way through center with a couple dangles. Poke checked loose and taken by zone. It's won by the Flyers. Roy. Cross ice for Anna. Pass for Nolan. Sent that one over for Duplessis. Duplessis trying to get that for Steves. And it's poked away by McGilvery. Anna had lost the puck. It just gets out of the zone. Anna backhander over for Duplessis. Back for Roy. Not hitting Anna. Gets Jackson Steves. Pass saying just onside was Duplessis. He had thought for a moment he was offside. Puck shot all the way back by a Matrix defenseman, and another icing being committed. And a big collision off the faceoff, walking to the middle, Dalal shooting and scores. So it's Dylan Dallal getting the Flyers' 12th goal. Flyers now try to clear the zone. It's held in by Pigeon. He shoots, saved by Powers. Face off went to the right of Powers. Dallal trying to get a walk at it. There's a shot attempt from Goodwin, and it's blocked. McFadden sent behind the net. There's a pass from Jaya over for Robinson. Intercepted and taken by Pigeon. Jaya behind his net. Hits the brakes, rims it along the boards. Flyers with a clean breakout. Dallal leaving that off for McFadden. McFadden skating into the zone, shooting and just missing the net. Rebound is sent close to all the way up towards the blue line. Goodwin cleared it out for Kitchen. Kitchen reverses Goodwin, now behind the net. Pigeon losing it. Robinson, pass out in front and a hit off the shin pads of Dallal. Skating up is Goodwin, making a nice pass to Livingston. He shoots, saved by the chest of Powers. Rebound, Kitchen steering it away. Jaya, cross ice for City, who deflects it almost right into our camera. So the face-off will go all the way back into the zone of the Flyers. Delaney tried to make a play, and looks like we have a penalty coming up against the Matrix, so we'll have a Flyers power play. And heading to the boxes, Dylan Andrew Christian. So it's a Flyers power play with just over 12 minutes to go. Lejal across Declan Steves. That pass had gone wide in the corner. Rebound was taken by Paulin. Lejal over for Steves. Back for Lejal. Lejal cutting in before he makes a pass over to Paulin on the left side. Back for Lejal. Top of the blue line. Firing into the chest of Crozier. Face-off taken by Dieppe. Lejal for Paulin. Down low for City. Out in front, that hit off a boot. Declan Steves in the corner. Sent up, Lejal. Back for Declan Steves. Cutting in on the right, shooting, and just missing the net, not by much. And that had taken the route of the boards and all the way back into the Flyers zone. Lejal stopping, trying to evade Delaney. Cuts back and sees Paulin. Paulin in the middle of his own zone. He hits Duplessis. Duplessis in along the right, passing the middle for Paulin, making his way around the net. Up for Lejal. Lejal for Roudreau, who had mishandled it. Then the puck had ended up in neutral ice. Paulin trying to get that one off for Duplessis. Cross ice pass, Duplessis in along that right side. Has Nolan being the trailer. Duplessis out in front for Nolan. He scores. And that is Sam Nolan's. That's going to make it his 5th of the game. And that one will come on the power play. So Sam Nolan, 7 points on the night. 5 of them being goals, but a great play from Miguel Duplessis, who dangled his guy and then put it out in front on the doorstep for Sam Nolan and making a tap in. And it's going to be 13-0 in favor of the Flyers. Roy behind his net, hits it along the boards. Jackson Steves sent to the middle. Duplessis skating up with speed. Cutting to his forehand, shot saved by Crozier. Again, the Flyers with a nice breakout Duplessis had dangled his way to get himself all alone. McFadden in the draw against Delaney. Delaney had tried to kick it back to his defenseman and was eventually successful. Pigeon. Pass to the middle. Over for Marshall. Poked away by McFadden. We'll go with a Crozier. McFadden winning that draw for Kitchen. Kitchen had put it off the boards. It's down into the corner. Surt had it for a minute and had given it away. It's eventually taken out of the zone by the Matrix. Cutting around is Jaye. Jaye speeding through the middle. Still in the offensive zone. He has a shot. It's sticked away by Crozier. Flipped up and high by McAdam. And gloved down. I believe that's Dadao who's behind that net. Dadao skating up, shooting. It's deflected off his stick and up into the netting. Rodier into the faceoff circle against Surt. It's Surt that takes the draw. McGilvery had pinned himself over into the corner. Paulin skating in the offensive zone. Paulin walks to the middle and shoots. Deflected off his stick and up high into the boards. Legal for Paulin. Paulin shoved hard into the boards by McAdam. Surt down in the corner with Livingston and Paulin. Cleared up to the blue line and poked away from Goodwin. Legal sent it into the zone. McAdam trying to shoot it cross ice, then shoots it against the boards and just out of the zone. It'll go to the neutral zone. Legal skating back, sees Steves trying to get that to Rodier through the center. No ice called. Bounces out in front. Paulin looked like he was going to shoot, made his way behind the net. Paulin still with possession before he had turned it over. Rodier going up for a hit. Mateo Roy clearing it into the zone. McAdam sending it against the boards. Roy trying to get that down low for Paulin. Nolan, who is fresh off the bench, out for Duplessis. Shooting pad save. Duplessis back to the blue line. Shoved up against the boards, but managed to get it down into the deep end of the Matrix zone. Cleared down the length of the ice. Mateo Roy behind his net. Skates through the middle. Breaks out of his zone with speed, accelerating through center. Pass over for Nolan. Nolan skating down to the corner, running into his own teammate before almost turning over the puck. Behind the net, it's taken by McDonald. That pass almost picked off by Alain. It gets to Rossiter. Rossiter doesn't get far as he gets quickly poked off the puck. Roy. Nolan. Across in the middle, entering in Duplessis, just a bit offside. Quickly shot in by the Flyers. Robinson. He was in against Gavin McDonald. Pass out in front. Had just gone under the stick of Dadao. Here's Jaye. He's going to try a shot that ramps up above the net off the stick of Livingston. Puck rattles around in the Matrix offensive zone before it's put behind the net out of the reach of Dowling. Taken by Gavin McDonald. Stolen away by McFadden. Almost kept in at the blue line. Walking out is Surratt. Surratt almost hit into the Flyers bench before he dumped it into the corner. Kitchen making his way behind his net. Rimmed along the boards and be kept in by Goodwin. Puck still behind the net before it ends up to the opposite hash mark for Livingston. That shot out in front, taken away by Dada. Struggling to get a bouncing puck. It's Goodwin that collides with a flyer. Livingston shooting just wide of the net. Jaillet poking it out of the zone. It's flipped by Pigeon. Kitchen, pass for Dada, leaving that off for Robinson. Robinson cutting into the middle, taken by McFadden. McFadden shooting, saved by Crozier. At the same time, Robinson ended up in the net, and we're going to have a power play coming up for the Flyers. McFadden is taken down. That's Robinson that rather is taken down and hit after had relinquished possession of the puck. So heading to the box is Sam Dowling. Face-off won by Dieppe. Vigel hovering the blue line before passing that off to Steves. Down for Paulin, over for Radier. Back up for Steves. He hits Vigel. Vigel coming down on the left, curling back up. He was at the ring out line before he passed it off to Steves. Shot almost deflected. Rebounds loose out in front. Going behind the net is Dufour. Back up for Vigel. Vigel back up for Steves. Hitting Radier. Radier thought about shooting, then passes that over for Steves. Steves back for Radier. Has a bit of room, walks it in, shoots. Saved by Crozier. Face-off won by Dieppe. Radier with the puck at the ring-out line on the right side. Goes up to the blue line, hits Steves on his backhand. He moves it over to Legel. Legel space, going back door for Radier. And a fake shooting. Steves one-timer. Legel rebound has a wide-open net. And it just waited a bit too long. Radier across for Legel. Middle for Steves. Radier on that right side, moving that puck in a triangle rotation. Paulin down in the corner, works his way up to the previous spot of Declan Steves. Down for Legel. Pass out in front. Here's Roy shooting. And it deflected up over the net and into the boards. Coming off the bench with speed is Nolan. Finding it in his own defensive end. Not too much time left to on the power play. Nolan skating up through center. Pass for Jackson Steves. Back for Nolan. Nolan going behind his own net. Waiting. Had almost fell, then puts it back up for Alain. Back up for Nolan. Right there. There's a shot. Saved. Jackson Steves regains possession behind his net. Less than 10 seconds to go in the power play. There's Alain shooting, just missing the net. Rebound, Nolan trying to get a stick on it. Roy, blue line, stepping in, winding up, shooting, scores. Mateo Roy with the slap shot. It had redirected along the way. Looked like it may have been a skate. And a game that's 14-0 in favor of the Flyers. Robinson trying to step his way in. Here's Nolan trucking his way in, shooting, and a great save made by Crozier. There's Robinson getting shoved along the boards and taken down. Nolan, blue line, Alain, across Roy. Into the middle off the skate of Nolan. Alain had debated shooting, had turned over the puck. Here's Surratt. Surratt in all alone with Alain chasing him. Surratt on his backhand, off the post, the rebound. And it had gone in, but the ref blows it just a bit too soon, and they do score. The Matrix hit their first goal of the game. Initial shot had gone off the post, but it's going to be Owen Livingston with the goal. Ref had originally whistled it down for a penalty call that was coming up against the Flyers. And it's going to be a 14-1 game. Kitchen leaving that one off for Robinson. He flips it high against the board. It stays in for McFadden. McFadden skating up. He has Dada with him. McFadden. Shot. Save and the rebound. He scores. And there will be McFadden's third of the game, giving him his hat trick. McFadden, one original shot blocked off the stick of Crozier, and the rebound found the back of the net. After the Matrix get their first goal, the Flyers get one right back. Out in front, going behind the net, trying to put that out in front was Robinson. It's cleared out to center for Jaillet. Jaillet sent along the boards. Behind the net, picking it up is McGilvery. McGilvery in the corner. Almost stripped of the puck. Now finding it in the middle is McFadden. McFadden puts it behind the net. Takes a weird bounce off the side of the net. Had almost been dangerous. That puck shot out. Taken Jaillet. Jaillet works up with speed with McFadden and Robinson. Jaillet, loose puck, shooting, just went over the net. Dada skating through center, makes a nice move, is poked off. Clearing attempt, blocked by Ligel. His shot deflected off his stick and went way above the net. McFadden with a shot off the pad of Crozier. Coming back 2-on-2. Surratt, there's Rossiter with a shot that had not missed the mark by much, just going over the crossbar. Cleared out to center. Moving it back in is Goodwin. Rodier against the boards for Robinson. Cleared in as we get to the last 12 minutes of play. Trying to put it behind the net was McAdam, taken away by Dada. Moving up towards the blue line, Dada had made one too many moves and had just gotten it out of the zone. Across for Ligel. Pass Rodier. In for Paulin. Paulin trying to cut in around McAdam. Paulin going around the net, trying to shove it out in front. He's hit big, and we're going to have a penalty call. Flyers going to go back to the power play for the remainder of the game. Pass out in front, loose puck. Where is it? It's under, looks like it's behind the net, and we might have two penalties coming up here. So this may be a 5-on-3. And here's the second penalty that had happened behind the net. Just getting hands a bit up high. So it's only Surratt that's in the box. So it looks like it's a 4-minute penalty for head contact and a 2-minute for a cross check. And look, looks like they're both on Surratt, so they may have a 5-on-3. We'll have to see what is put up on the score clock. And the goal from the Matrix is going to be credited to Sam Surratt, so it looks like it's going to be a 4-minute power play, and it'll be a 5-on-4. Nijal stepping in, waiting, cuts back. Pass for Steves. Moving that off, Paulin walking in, shooting, and the rebound was very close to Nijal, but cleared out by McDonald. Steves sliding his way to the middle, over for Paulin. Paulin walking in and shooting, that deflected off someone. There's the rebound, they score. So now the Flyers will have 2 minutes on the clock for their power play. And then Paulin with the shot. They congratulate City. Still unsure of who the goal will be credited to. Regardless, Flyers still in the power play. It's cleared out by Pigeon. Steves, pass up for Duplessis. Duplessis around his own zone as we get to the last minute of play. Makes a nifty dangle to get around Rossiter. Dejal try to put a pass back to him. Taking it back is Steves. Jackson Steves trying to get that off for City. City going behind the net. Finding it in the corner. Noah City has some options. Goes up for Duplessis. Duplessis for Dejal. Out in front, they score. And they add one more with just 30 seconds left in the game, making it 17-1. And they go 2 for 2 on the 4-minute power play, where there just had been less than 2 minutes left. Dejal had put it out in front. It looks like it's deflected off Jackson Steves in front. So Jackson Steves, that'll be his 4th of the game. And we're getting to the last 30 seconds. Cleared back in the zone of the Flyers. Matteo Roy put along the boards. Alain trying to clear that out. Blocked by McDonald, but almost taken away by City. Puck battle along near the Flyers bench. McAdam finds it outside the zone. And bringing it back in is Goodwin. Behind the net goes Roy. Gonna try a bit of a stretch pass along the boards. It gets with Duplessis. And that will end this very high-scoring game. The Flyers will take this one by a score of 17-1. And a lot of players with multi-point nights. And our next game live on the channel, Saturday, February 15th, Flyers Voyageurs, 2 o'clock at the Uniplex.